Apply the IDEANCE process, step 4, action, using the urine analysis tool to supersize and grow your business. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, and we're going to talk about it today. Of course, step 4 of our IDEANCE process, the process we created at the beginning of the year to help us put a framework around improving a challenge or achieving a goal in each of the different areas and aspects of our business. And this month we're focusing on financial things. So the financial IDEANCE process, as I call it, is the same process that we're using for the other areas and aspects of our life, but we're focusing on our financial health and well-being. So we picked a goal or a challenge area earlier this week, and now we've brainstormed alternatives yesterday. We talked about where we are, where we want to be. That formed a gap, and now we're filling the gap with the rest of the process. The first step we took was to brainstorm possible ways to fill that gap, right? Now, today we picked 3 of those, or we're going to pick 3 of those today, and we're going to apply a tool, and there's a lot of different tools. There's literally thousands of different tools you can use to analyze objectives, options, or alternatives. So we picked ours, I picked mine, and today I'm going to apply this tool, the urine analysis. I know it's a funny name, but guess what? I can remember it. And anything I can remember, I'm more likely to use. So what does the acronym URINE stand for? It stands for urgent, resources, important, necessary, and energy. And why do we look at these different areas? Because we need to have a way to judge and choose among alternatives that really aren't necessarily comparable. If I'm going to hire a coach as one of my alternatives, or if I'm going to hire some other financial expert as one of my alternatives, or if I'm going to hire somebody to do it for me, just wash my hands but and hire somebody to do it for me, all of those are different alternatives, and they're not necessarily comparing apples to apples. And so I like to take a tool, apply it to the subjective things in my decision-making process to help me make better decisions, to be more objective than subjective, right? We all think we're these rational, objective human beings, but we're really not. We just make our decisions based on feelings. But then we have these cool tools that help us add objectivity to it so we feel better about the decisions and the choices that we make. So what do these stand for? Urgent. Is it important, or is it urgent? Do I have to do this now? Is this something that has to be done right now? Is it a limited time offer? Is there fake scarcity or real scarcity behind it? So I'm going to look at each of the different alternatives that I'm looking at to achieve my financial goal by the end of the year, or to overcome a financial challenge that I'm having by the end of the year. Is it urgent that I take? And I rate them. So I choose 3 alternatives because that's enough for me to analyze. And I give each one a weighted average, 3, 2, 1. Now, the interesting thing about this model is for resources and energy, if it takes more, it gets a lower number. If it takes less, it gets the highest number. So if one of my alternatives is free, the amount of resources that takes is 0, except for my time and energy, and that comes under energy. So that's going to get the highest number. If it's super expensive, like say it's a $10,000 to $50,000 mastermind or coach, one-on-one coach that I want to hire, that's a lot more resources. So that's going to get a lower number, right? And I do the same thing for time and energy or effort required and time. If it takes a lot of time, if it's going to take a lot of time for me to do this thing myself and I don't have any time, then it's going to get a lower number, right? Because it's how we grade is subjective to create an objective number to help us with our analysis. For important, is it important to me? Is it important that which alternative is most important to me? That gets the highest number. And then, is it necessary? And necessary versus important to me means, does it have to get done? Even if I don't do it, is it something that has to get done? If you're looking at a line of credit for your business that's coming due by the end of the year, it's got to get done. You got to do something about that. And that is urgent, important, and necessary. Excuse me, I guess I got some throat stuff going on today. All right, so what are we going to do today? We are going to look at the brainstorm list yesterday. We're going to pick 3 things. Remember, you did at least 10. We're going to pick 3 of those, and we're going to apply the urine analysis to it and ask ourselves and give urgent, important, and necessary, whichever ones are the most to you, most urgent, most important, most necessary, gets the highest number. Whatever takes the most resources for energy, effort, and for resources that like time, money, money, materials, access to materials, right? If you can't get the materials and it's going to be super expensive, then that's going to get the higher number, the lower number, because we want to do the alternatives that are the least expensive, quickest, easiest, fastest to do. Why? Because we want to act today. We want to take action on the winner of our contest for the best alternative or the best option that we found yesterday. We want to take action on that today, like right now. After you listen to the video, after you think about it, after you do your analysis, as quickly as we possibly can, we want to take some actual action moving us toward that. Maybe it's just to pick up the phone and call somebody. Maybe you set an appointment. Maybe you email someone. It doesn't have to be a hard action, but you have to do something today to reinforce the decision and the choice of the option that you selected. All right. Any questions about this? Please ask. Also, if you'd like a worksheet for this, let me know and I'll create a worksheet for it, because I use it several times a year. I use it all the time, but other people, I teach it several times a year. So if a worksheet would help you, let me know and I'll quickly create one, probably using AI, because AI is a very helpful tool that even us old people need to learn about. All right. Have an awesome day, and I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow.